Welcome back to Vegan Cooking with Samantha. So, today we're gonna make some homemade vegan cashew ricotta. This is actually going to be for one of our, I need it for a recipe for the Vegan Cooking for Two stuff. It actually says to go buy vegan ricotta, but I can't find that by me, so I'm gonna make my own. So I found a recipe, and we get to improvise a little bit. But first thing was to soften your cashews, and I already did that. I've had mine soaking for a couple of hours. And next thing to do, this one is up on the computer, so let's try this out. Okay, we soaked it, blah, blah, blah. Drain the cashews, place all the ingredients in the food processor. Food processor, friends! Let me tell you about food processors and my husband. He was very, very opposed to me getting this food processor, but he had good freaking reason. So, we've been married for a long time. And before we sold everything and left Florida, I had a food processor and 2 juicers and blenders and all this stuff, and I never used them, ever. Ever. In like 9 years, like never used them. So, here we are in Tennessee, and I say, I want a food processor, and he's like, no, you're not gonna use it. So, that is part of the reason that I am doing this cooking series, because I want to make sure I use the stuff that I buy. So, I'm grateful for my husband to remind me that I didn't use stuff so that I use it now. Alright, that was it. So, we've soaked our raw cashews, and yes, this time we actually have raw cashews. And they are super soft. Then we need all the other ingredients. Half a cup of water. Let's get a half a cup of water. Half a cup of water. Then we need the juice of 1 large lemon or 1 tablespoon. So, I need the tablespoon for something else first. First, we're gonna do our yeast flakes because those are dry and lemon juice is wet. Nutritional yeast flakes. I have the fortified with B vitamins, if you remember from a previous episode. This recipe asks for 1 to 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. I'm gonna just go ahead and do 2. Heaping. Okay, so now I can get the excess out. Take my freshly squeezed organic lemon juice. I need 1 tablespoon. 1? Yes. 1 tablespoon. This one's cute. 1 small garlic clove. We met, so I have 2. It also calls for half a teaspoon of onion powder, but I just realized about 5 minutes ago that I don't have onion powder. And my husband suggested putting in more garlic powder, but I actually have an onion, so I'm gonna throw it in there just a little bit and see what happens. We experiment sometimes. That's the beauty of cooking. You follow a recipe and you experiment. Next, we need Himalayan sea salt. I barely have some left. And cracked pepper. I prefer ground pepper. To taste. I hate that. To taste. It doesn't like to grind. I hate these things. Ugh. I think half of this just made it outside of my processor. That's a freaking workout. And then ground pepper. Cracked pepper. Whatever, I'm doing ground pepper. Because I prefer it that way. So, this is the, I don't know, second, third, fourth time I'm using this food processor. By the way, using it, I promised you, husband, I would use it. Using it. All right, I'm gonna grind this off camera because I can't talk while it's doing it because it's too loud. All right, we have processed our nuts and all the other ingredients, including the actual onion instead of powdered onion. Whew, I just tasted it. Friends. Ugh. Side note, let me tell you a story. It's not a great story. And you can judge me all you want, but it is not my responsibility to memorize everybody else's allergies. However, before my husband and I left Utah and went to Dubai, we had a little send-off party, courtesy of my sister, and she requested everything be made vegan. So I made these like vegan ricotta-filled manicotti somethings. And they were made with cashews, like I made the ricotta with cashews, and I didn't think anything of it. And my whole family came over, and everybody's eating everything, and somebody, I don't know who, like, told my nephew, just eat something. So he ate this cashew ricotta-filled manicotti. He's deathly allergic to nuts. So, it's like 10 minutes after he finishes, he's like, hey, you know, it was kind of good, but Sam, what's in that? I don't really feel so good. So I told him, and he reminded me, I'm deathly allergic to nuts. Yeah. And they forgot the EpiPen, so bro friend ended up in the hospital. My bad. I didn't mean to. I said I was sorry. He doesn't hate me for it. It was just not a good day for him. He did not feel good. So, if you have a nut allergy, please get in the habit of asking people what is in the food. Tip. All right, so this particular recipe, the way I have made it, my nephew can never have it. However, it's freaking delicious, and I'm going to put it in the fridge because the recipe says to let it thicken a bit, or you can use it right away, like if you're doing, what's it called, lasagna or something like that. I'm not, and I'm still waiting for other things to happen. So, this one, ooh, shortest YouTube episode ever. These are delicious. This ricotta recipe came from, that's what I forgot to do. Let me get it.